All right, so we have a massive problem in the crypto space, and that is that 3 to 4 million Bitcoin have been lost forever. 1 million people hold 1 to 10 Bitcoin, and over 2 million BTC is held just by this group alone. So overall, if we're looking at all of crypto, we have a $3 trillion problem because lost or stolen private keys result in permanent loss of assets. And so over the last 7 years, I've never found a single platform out there that has allowed me to recover my crypto if I have lost my private keys, if they are stolen. And in traditional crypto custody, there's like no forgot password option. There's no like reversal options. So this makes it extremely difficult not only to secure your crypto and recover it, but also for passing on digital assets. So recently I came across a platform that claims they are making crypto unstealable and unlosable. And they allow you to recover your Bitcoin, altcoins, and NFTs even when private keys are lost or stolen. This is a complete game changer, in my opinion, for the entire crypto space because they have a dual key architecture that allows crypto to be recovered even when the private keys are lost or stolen. And so they have a pre-sale that is taking place on November 25th, and their token symbol is VLTC. So in order to take part in this pre-sale, you just have to go ahead, click on VLTC pre-sale. You can request your allocation, and you need to make sure that when you put in all your information, if you put in the referral code RUBEL, which is WRUBEL, you're going to get a bonus and giveaway rewards. But so the cool thing about Vaultcoin VLTC is that it is an ERC20 token on Ethereum, but they are the first ever project that I have seen that allows you to recover your crypto even when keys are lost or stolen. This is just a game changer in the space. So the way they actually do this is with their hybrid custody solution and with something called Sentinels. So if we look at this, Sentinels are ultimately they provide co-signing, recovery, and inheritance services to users in the Vaultcoin ecosystem. And to come on board the Sentinel network and provide services and earn fees, Sentinels need to acquire and stake Vaultcoin on-chain. Sentinels are going to be able to earn up to $40,000, and they are going to be able to also create staking pools for other Vaultcoin holders to stake alongside them and earn a piece of the fees paid to them. So the way that Vaultcoin works is that now we are having their VLTC presale taking place. Then we are going to have Sentinels onboarded into the network by staking their tokens. They're going to have to stake a certain number of VLTC. And then after that, we are going to see their wallet, which is called the Guardian wallet, officially go live and be available for people to purchase. You can see they've talked about all of this over on their X. They introduced the Guardian wallet. They talked about its simplicity, how it's going to be able to fit in, just your wallet. And this is something that is so cool because they are changing the game for crypto custody. So let's break down exactly their hybrid custody solution first, and then we'll get into some more specific details. So the way that their custody solution works is that they have a dual key architecture. They have the user and the Sentinel. This Vaultcoin never has access to your private keys, and this preserves self-custody because you can always spend with just your private key, but you're also able to recover when you've lost your keys. So the way that works is that Sentinels initiate recoveries using the key, and then you get approval inferred from inaction, and owner can then block any unauthorized recovery or spend by the Sentinel. So some people, and originally I thought, well, what happens if a Sentinel who, can approve transactions, what happens if they decide they want to spend unauthorized funds from a wallet? They can't, because they also have tokens staked, and their tokens staked sort of act as like an insurance policy for any of the wallets that they are able to have, that authorization to. In addition to this, there's theft protection. So owners of wallets and Sentinels, they go about co-signing and overriding transactions, acting like a kill switch to block unauthorized transactions using stolen or private keys. In addition to this, there's a two-step transaction process. So there's a mandatory unlock transaction, And there's also configurable delay, spend transaction. So the delay ultimately, which you can set up, can stop users, stop like suspicious activities. And then last thing is inheritance. So you can designate beneficiaries directly within the system without complex pre-arrangements. So ultimately, Sentinels are a key aspect of the ecosystem, and they don't just accept anyone, but if you are allowed to be a Sentinel, you have to stake a certain number of VLTC tokens, and if you meet all of their qualifications, you have background in crypto, you meet their standards, well, then you can earn up to $40,000 every year from being a Sentinel. Next thing I want to go over is some of the technology, and you can see a lot of this on their white paper. But so something about their technology and validation is that it is externally validated by Dr. Ale and the team, and it has been peer reviewed, and there's a lot of research done by a number of different researchers at Cornell and at Technion University in Israel. In addition to this, they have their paper, which has been accepted at top tier security conferences. And so there's a lot of research and security and papers that have gone into this entire hybrid custody ecosystem, which you could see all on their white paper. Next thing I want to go over is a little bit deeper into this Guardian wallet, which I did mention earlier. So this Guardian wallet is purpose built to support hybrid custody. And the cool thing about it is that it has functions like Ledger and Trezor, but it has advanced vault features. So the price point is significantly lower at around 20 USD. And it is designed as a mobile-first wallet, which I talk all about on their website. They say a mobile-first platform with intuitive apps make the whole thing extremely easy to use. A next-gen credit card-sized hardware wallet with a large 1.5-inch display, needs no batteries or cables, and the setup, terminate, and recovery hybrid custody vaults from the app to protect your crypto. So this is designed to be extremely user-friendly, built from the ground up, and it has these hybrid custody vaults that cannot be retrofitted into existing wallets out there. So that's something I think that makes this really unique, because there are other hardware wallets that have a card structure, but nothing is able to do exactly what they're able to do with their Guardian wallet. Last two things I want to talk about is going to be the Volcoin ecosystem structure, because if we look at their white paper, they talk about a number of different developments that are going to take place over the next couple of years. They initially talk about community engagement, which is just building awareness, fostering community growth, and continuing to onboard users and prospective Sentinels. Then they talk about the token launch, which is, we are in these phases right now, very early phases, where they're going to be then launching VLTC pre-sale, followed by exchange listings. After that, we're going to see bootstrap staking, where they're going to kickstart the Sentinel network, which is going to be crucial, for the wallets. After that, they're going to enable staking pools for VLTC holders to stake alongside Sentinels. And then after that, we're going to see a limited alpha launch where Guardian and ecosystem previews to selected audience, and then continue to grow out that ecosystem, and then have that public beta launch, and then expanding the vaults to support Ether, ERC20 tokens, Solana, etc. Medium term, they talk about global partner integration, enterprise custody features, and governance activation as well. And then long term, they talk about institutional custody markets, which is going to scale their hybrid custody vaults to manage trillions in institutional assets, target those large corporations. They talk about decentralized ecosystem and advanced use cases to expand support for NFTs, decentralized identity systems, and cross-chain asset management. So ultimately, in the short term, they are focused on their pre-sale, which is taking place on November 25th. And like I said, you just need to go about clicking on pre-sale, requesting your allocation, and putting in my code so you can earn some additional benefits. After this successful pre-sale, we are then going to see people onboarded onto the Sentinel network. These people are going to be able to earn tens of thousands of dollars by being a part of the network. And then finally, we're going to see this wallet go officially live, because then we're going to be able to see the entire ecosystem function together with VLTC, with Sentinels, and with the Guardian wallet. So ultimately, the token utility for VLTC, which they talk about, the key thing with VLTC is going to be that VLTC For Sentinels, it's going to be required for staking. And in order, like for a Sentinel to be a Sentinel, they need to stake tokens in order to operate. And then the demand for VLTC from staking is going to be insane. To service their initial target market of 1 to 10 BTC holders who collectively hold 2 million Bitcoin worth over $200 billion, $2 billion worth of VLTC needs to be staked on chain, and that creates a huge demand for VLTC in the open markets. Then we're also going to see for fees. A small percentage fee is going to be deducted from assets locked in vaults, converted to VLTC via exchange partners, and distributed to Sentinels and the overall platform. For holders, we're going to see that they're going to be able to stake in pools alongside Sentinels to earn fees. They're also going to be able to see that there is some risk from Sentinel slashing, but Sentinel's stake is hit first. And last thing is going to be the governance, because future role of VLTC is going to be in proposing and voting on ecosystem changes. So ultimately, the total addressable market is like $500 million plus annually. And at first, they're targeting the people with 1 to 10 BTC, which currently hold around $200 billion in assets. This is going to yield potential revenue of around $500 million a year because of that 0.25% fee. And long term, this could increase dramatically along with staking demand. So ultimately, VLTC, there's a lot of demand for it. It's used in their overall ecosystem as they can start to sell wallets and grow the platform. VLTC is going to be a core aspect of it. And I think anyone who has ever looked into crypto custody knows that when your private keys are lost, when they are stolen, you are usually out of luck. But with Volcoin, with their Guardian wallet, with the Sentinel network, it is a game changer for this entire sector, this entire space, and it is going to make crypto, hopefully, unstealable and unlosable. That's their claim. And after looking at their entire white paper, looking at their FAQs, looking at the team behind it, this is a project that I am extremely, extremely excited about. And I am going to be taking part in their pre-sale when they do go live.